Hello everyone. Today we are going to explore a topic that's become increasingly relevant in our daily lives. Environmental noise exposure and its impact on hearing health. Noise surrounds us in many forms. The hum of a city traffic, construction work, loud music, and even the constant buzz of electronics. While it might seem like background noise, prolonged exposure to loud sounds can have serious health consequences on your hearing. So let's take a closer look at the relationship between environmental noise and hearing health, and what we can do to protect ourselves. Before we dive into the details, it's also important to mention that if you ever have concerns or need professional advice or assistance regarding hearing health, Hearzap is the best place for all your hearing needs. Whether you need a hearing test, hearing aids, or advice on how to protect your hearing, Hearzap provides expert services and products to help you maintain optimal hearing health. Understanding noise and its sources. To begin, let's define what we mean by noise. In the context of health, noise is typically described as unwanted sound or sound that interferes with normal activities such as talking, sleeping, or concentrating. This can include everything from the roar of a busy street to the volume of a concert or even the sound of machinery in a factory. Common sources of environmental noise include urban traffic, cars, buses, and trains contribute to constant noise in cities. In fact, traffic noise is one of the most widespread environmental health risks. Airports and aeroplanes. Aircraft engines create significant noise during takeoff and landing. Construction sites, heavy machinery, and tools used in construction can generate loud sounds. Industrial machinery. Factories often operate machines that produce high levels of noise. Recreational noise. Loud music, whether in concerts, clubs, or even through headphones, also contributes to noise pollution. While these sounds might seem like everyday occurrences when they reach high decibel levels and persist for extended periods, they can cause harm. The impact of noise on hearing. Now, let's talk about how noise exposure affects our hearing health. Sound is measured in units called decibels, dB. The scale works logarithmically, meaning that each increase of 10 dB represents a tenfold increase in the intensity of sound. For example, normal conversation is around 60 dB, while a lawn mower can be as louder as 90 dB. The problem arises when noise levels exceed a safe threshold. Sounds above 85 dB can cause hearing damage if exposure is prolonged. Common sounds about this threshold increase: traffic 85 to 90 dB, motorcycle engines 95 to 100 dB, rock concerts 110 to 120 dB, jet engines 140 dB. When we are exposed to sounds above 85 dB for extended periods, the delicate hair cells inside our inner ear can become damaged. These hair cells are responsible for transmitting sound signals to the brain. Once they are damaged, they don't regenerate, leading to permanent hearing loss. Chronic exposure to environmental noise can lead to a condition called noise-induced hearing loss, NIHL, which is irreversible. Over time, even moderate levels of noise exposure can gradually damage our hearing, sometimes without us even noticing until it's too late. Other health effects of noise exposure. Hearing loss is the most obvious effect of prolonged noise exposure, but it's not only health risks. Environmental noise have been linked to several other health problems. Sleep disturbances, noise such as traffic or even loud neighbors can interfere with our sleep patterns. Poor sleep quality can have a significant impact on overall health, increasing the risk of conditions such as heart disease, obesity, and depression. Increased stress levels. Chronic noise exposure have been shown to elevate stress hormones like cortisol. This can contribute to long-term health issues including high blood pressure and cardiovascular disease. Cognitive impairment. Constant noise, especially in children, have been linked to decreased concentration, learning difficulties, and even impaired memory. Tinnitus. Long-term exposure to loud noises can cause ringing in the ears known as tinnitus. This condition can be persistent and sometimes debilitating. What can we do to protect our hearing? The good news is that there are steps we can take to protect ourselves. from the harmful effects of noise. Here are some practical tips. Limit exposure. Try to reduce the amount of time you spend in noisy environments. If you must be exposed to loud noise, take break to give your ears a rest. Use hearing protection. Earplugs or noise-cancelling headphones can help protect your ears in noisy environments. These are especially important in places like concerts, construction sites and factories. Turn down the volume. Be mindful of how loud your music or television is and use headphones at a safe volume. A good rule of thumb is the 60 by 60 rule. Listen at 60% of the maximum volume for no more than 60 minutes at a time. Create quiet spaces. In noisy urban environments, try to create areas in your home or workplace where you can escape from the constant noise. This can help reduce stress and improve your overall well-being. Monitor your hearing. Regular hearing checkups are important, especially if you've been exposed to loud environments for prolonged periods. Early detection can help manage hearing loss more effectively. Government and public health measures. On a broader scale, government and health organizations are increasingly recognizing the dangers of environmental noise. Measures such as setting legal limits for noise exposure in workplaces, urban planning strategies to minimize noise pollution. Example, zoning laws, noise barriers. Public awareness campaigns about the risk of noise exposure. These initiatives aim to protect public health, but individuals also have a responsibility to be mindful of their exposure to noise and take the necessary precautions. In conclusion, environmental noise exposure is a growing concern for our hearing health. While we may not be able to completely eliminate noise from our life, we can take steps to reduce our exposure and protect our ears. Be mindful of the sounds around us. Using hearing protection and promoting policies that limit noise pollution can help safeguard our hearing for years to come. Remember, if you need assistance with your hearing health, Hearzap is always here to help you with expert care, the latest hearing aids and professional advice. Thank you for your attention, and I hope this video has helped you understand the importance of protecting your hearing in an increasingly noisy world. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.